Uncruise is a small ship adventure cruise company where our guests really have the opportunity to see Alaska from a different angle. Alaska is such a special and important place to us that we send over half of our fleet here in the summertime. That's really kind of our flagship destination. Our company was built off of Alaska. Really, the majority of our boats come here because we have such a high demand from our guests to see Alaska from our perspective, from the small boats, from all of the remote, untouched destinations.
I think the whole experience gives them more appreciation for what's on their plate. Something that's important when creating menus for the guests here at Uncruise is the activities that they'll be partaking in throughout the day. So if they're out kayaking around a glacier or spending time outside in the rain, we of course want to warm them up and feed them something a little bit more substantial. But then we get these sunny days, so we're going a little bit lighter on the fare.
Uncruise as a company is extremely passionate about finding vendors to work with who are local. So in a place like Alaska, we have the fish, which is obvious, but one of the things that's more challenging is greens. But recently we found a company called Panhandle Produce, and they're based in Juneau.
It's difficult generally farming in Southeast Alaska. Production is very, very seasonal. I wanted to make a living for myself farming. That was really my ultimate goal. I've found that farming inside was the easiest way for me to get production. The product is microgreens. Fresh harvested microgreens they're super nutritious. There's flavor, there's sweetness, spiciness, and that translates to nutrients.
So a lot of these items, even though they're small in terms of size, they really pack a punch of flavor and really add kind of a beautiful floral herbal note to the finished dish. Eli's mission to supply the Juneau area with really great tasting and nutritious produce was attractive for us as a company, and we feel that Eli is going to make Juneau a more healthy place and a more delicious place.
Obviously, here in Alaska, the bread and butter is going to be the seafood. It comes from the waters that we're sailing in, and it's sourced right here in the ports that, we started in the trips on.
So we work with a company called Taku River Reds, owned by Chris McDowell and his family, and we only serve fish that is certified sustainable.
It's a small family-owned company. We do a fair amount of sockeye, king salmon. We do halibut, stablefish, and spot prawns. So our focus is not on volume, but on the high quality, high end stuff. We've got a little fleet of boats, between 6 and 8 boats, depending on the week. So we attract the guys that are interested in producing high value, super high quality fish. The guys that are really conscientious about making the most of the fish that they're taking. For us, being able to work with Uncruise, work with a client that appreciates that level of quality, that's a big deal for us.
We get those sockeye salmon fillets in, we'll pull them in, then we'll go ahead and skin the salmon, portion it into fillets. As far as getting the dish together, it's whatever sounds good for the day. We got that, kale in from Farragut Farms, and those beautiful black lentils, so we braised those up, cleaned up the kale, seasoned it, bruised it up a little bit into like a raw salad, tossed it with the warm lentils, and some toasted pine nuts on there. And with the weather being as warm as it is, we're kind of going for that warmish, hearty salad feel. Seared the salmon with some fennel spice on there, and then ended up with a fresh herb and radish garlic oil, essentially, with some saffron in there. Brighten everything up. So filling yet light on the palate.
It's really important for us as a company to find people who care about the oceans, who care about the salmon population and the seafood populations, who are fishing in ways that are sustainable and ethical.
Salmon is an industry that's been in Alaska for the better part of 150 years. So it's a real foundational element of the economy. The fish is provided by people that live here. Like my family's been here for 90 years. I've been fishing for halibut at Icy Strait since 1982. Icy Strait is still a good, viable fishery because we take care of it. So we're not just here to get rich and get home. This is us, this is where we live.
We feel confident and comfortable that the seafood being served on board our vessels is good for our oceans, and it's good for Alaska, and it's good for the people on board who have the opportunity to eat it.